Have you had somebody drop and you're wondering what just happened? Have you woken up and went to Facebook and hear RIP everywhere about someone that was perfectly fine the day before or the week before? Have you had somebody say that? Have you had it in your family, in your community, where somebody is perfectly fine, nobody knew anything was wrong with them, and suddenly they dropped, or suddenly they went to be with their maker? It happens all the time. I will tell you a story that happened to me a while back. I was on a plane, we were flying somewhere, and all of a sudden a black man, probably between 40 and 50, started to had discomfort. They couldn't breathe, they were holding their chest, they were asking, is there a medical personnel on board, a medical personnel? When nobody else showed up, I tried my best. I was like, but long story short, the guy was fine. But when I was talking to him, I asked him, I said, do you have history of high blood pressure? And the guy said, sometimes I'm with high blood pressure. Translated, sometimes I have a little bit of high blood pressure, because he said it in vernacular. And I was like, what? It's not something you get every once in a while and then it goes away. The misconception about high blood pressure is enormous, but today I'm going to try to simplify it in a short video, because I've been told to make my videos shorter and it will be easier for people to watch. So I'm trying to do that. So let's talk about it. Do you know that high blood pressure is one of the leading causes of stroke and heart disease? About 50% of people walking around have it. And the sad part is majority of them don't even know they have it. They're just going about their business, partying, having merry, drinking, doing their thing, and they don't know. Hence, it's called silent killer. Why is it called silent killer? Because most of the time there's no symptoms. By the time you start seeing symptoms, it's probably too late. Okay? But that's not our portion. It's a silent killer because you don't know it's happening. The symptoms are very mild at the beginning stage. By the time it becomes severe, it's already a problem. Hence the name silent killer. So today I'm going to talk about it because I will want us, especially my people, to not fall prey to things like that. At least let's prevent what we can prevent. Recently, it happened in our kinsmen. One of them that was actually involved in planning another funeral just dropped, and that threw everyone off. It affected many people that I know very severely, and they actually told me, you need to do a video about these things. What could cause somebody to drop like that? What could cause heart attack, stroke, and things like that? So high blood pressure is a big culprit. So today we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about what causes it. We're going to talk about what is it, and we're going to talk about how to treat it. So what is high blood pressure? In simple terms, like I always do, high blood pressure is the force of blood going through the arteries. The force of blood going through the arteries is supposed to be 120/80. But when this force is high and it stays high consistently over a period of time, it may be high blood pressure or hypertension. So you have to be checking your blood pressure. I have a monitor here, a high blood pressure monitor, because it actually should be checked at home occasionally at consistent basis if you're over 40. Or if you're at high risk, that means people in your family have high blood pressure usually. And if you don't have this to check it at home, every once in a while, go to a pharmacy, a medical personnel, and get it checked. Because you have to be your own advocate. Don't think anybody will come and beg you, let me check your blood pressure. Most of the time, it will not happen. You have to be your own advocate for better health. So that is it. So what are the things that causes this high blood pressure? Number one, genetics. If you have been following me, you already know that almost everything is tied to genetics. Some people tend to get it, some don't, for whatever reason best known to God. Or we can thank our ancestors for that because we inherit their genes. So that's number one, genetics. Number two, lifestyle. The food you eat. Do you exercise? Lack of exercise. And do you smoke? do you drink? And how much do you smoke? How much do you drink? These things play a part. Other diseases like diabetes can also play a part. Stress. Once again, stress. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Honestly, stress may be the worst thing to happen to human beings because it's tied to everything. Stress. Of course, you've had people say, oh, stop thinking so much before you get high BP. Stop thinking, stop stressing. In severe cases, high blood pressure can actually cause headaches, dizziness, chest pain, shortness of breath, and other symptoms. Okay, so what do we do to protect ourselves? Prevent high blood pressure. What we can do to prevent high blood pressure is to change our lifestyle. Make sure we're staying in shape. Make sure we're not obese. Make sure we're eating right. What do we do to manage it? Let's say we already have maybe a beginning stage, because of course it's in different stages. There's stage 1, there's stage 2, there's stage 3. We won't go into that. Just know that if it's higher than 120/80, you should be consulting a doctor who can help you manage it, and that doctor will be able to tell you when it's getting out of hand. Okay, so but what you can do to help yourself, you can start with diet. Make sure you're eating fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and low sodium. Sodium is another way of saying salt. Reduce salt. Don't eat so much salt. Don't add salt to your food. And trust me, some may say, oh, the food won't taste good. No, everything you taste, you eat is acquired taste. Okay, after all, when you were born, you didn't know how anything tasted. You acquire it. It starts tasting sweet. That's why. So if you stop eating so much salt, eventually your taste buds will adjust, and food with not so much salt will start tasting good to you. You just have to go through that stage of adjustment. So reduced salt. Another thing is make sure you're exercising. What do I advise? At least 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes of moderate exercise 5 times a week. But this I say with caution, because I don't want you to say, oh, I can't do it 5 times a week, so I'm not going to do it. If you can do 2 times a week, do. 3 times, do. 1 time, do. Anything you do is better than doing nothing. So moderate exercise, which is maybe walking brisk in a brisk form, like maybe walking fast, 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, 3 to 5 times a week. Another thing you can do is make sure you change your lifestyle. If you're the one that drink alcohol a lot, reduce. If you smoke a lot, reduce. Actually, smoking is better you stop completely. It's better you stop completely because it has nothing good to offer. Nothing good to offer. At least some we say that the Bible says take a little bit of alcohol for your stomach and things like that. But there's nothing about smoking. Smoking has nothing good to offer to anybody. So if you do smoke, and you please at least try to stop. Another one is stress management. You have to manage your stress. We've talked about this before. Deep breathing, meditation, get closer to your maker. Get closer to God. It has a way of keeping you calm. When you know there's somebody else in charge and it does not depend on you, it has a way of making you not carry so much pressure. Like me now, if no matter what I'm doing or what I want to do, let's say something went wrong, I know that, okay, I'm not totally in control. And then I can always go back to my maker and ask him to make things right. And guess what? He usually does. So meditation is a part of it. Prayer is a part of it. If you like yoga, do yoga. If you like breathing, breathing exercises, do that. If you like reading, I've said this before, reading helps me to manage stress because I love to relax and read and luxuriate, and eventually I fall asleep. Sometimes I can't even finish a chapter, I fall asleep. So if I want to read, I will not be in the bed because it relaxes me so much that I will fall asleep. So read, do whatever it takes to relax yourself, chill with friends, talk to friends, hang out, talk to. It's always good when you relax. So whatever makes you relax is a way of managing stress. Don't be on high all the time. So in conclusion, we've talked about what high blood pressure is. We've talked about how to manage it. We've talked about what to do if you already have it. We've talked about what else do we talk about? How to stay on top of it, how to check it. So make sure you're checking your blood pressure regularly, okay? And this will help prevent stroke, heart attack, and other things like that. I'm gonna come up with, this is a series, I'm gonna come up with other videos, maybe to say signs of stroke and things like that, and dive more into these things, diabetes and all that. So that's what I'm going into right now for some time. So stay glued. We're going to be coming up with other videos. If you haven't liked this video, please like and share, because you don't know who you may be saving. You don't know who. Create awareness about these things, because believe it or not, some people don't know. Okay, let's share, like, subscribe, follow, and then please check your blood pressure. Check it now and put in the comment section what it is. Let us know what you're thinking. If you have any question, ask in the comment section and we will come back with an answer, I promise. Once again, this channel is about health, wellness, and lifestyle. I am passionate. I am passionate about health. I am passionate about wellness. I am passionate about happiness. I want everyone to live a fulfilled, wonderful, happy life. As I talk to you, I talk to myself, because we are all here to learn together, learn from one another. That's why I always encourage you, if there's something I don't know or I missed, please add it in the comment section so you can help me too. If you have a question, ask in the comment section, so I will be talking about what you actually want to hear. Thank you so much for spending this little time with me. Now don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow, create awareness for the next person. Okay, until next time, God bless you. Bye.